Hi, and welcome to Happy Fisherman Adventures.
I hope, I dream, I wish to catch a big fish, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman.
Well, in today's episode, it's all about our favorite. It's the silver whiting. And with us, we had Mick from Hookem. Mick was supposed to come here. We were supposed to be doing some filming and photo shooting, but TB tricked him into going fishing. So Mick actually got hooked.
That wasn't hard to trick him, but anyway, we did have a great day. We left Clifton Springs about 6 o'clock. We went across to the spool grounds, just on the other side of the channel. And we got onto a patch of silver whiting, slimy mackerel, pinkies, some snapper. It was just awesome. We were busy. We were catching them left, right and center. But we had bonus fish as well.
We did. We had salmon.
As we got out of there, we saw these birds diving and popping up, and we said, let's just drop some lures. I dropped my $2 soft plastic that I love when it comes to salmon. We were trolling it behind, and Mick was having bull. So let's watch the first video actually with salmon.
And here we go. It didn't take long to actually convince me to go fishing. It is just past 6 o'clock p.m. and we're on the way to spool grounds, the reef, and whatever we're gonna end up.
He just told me he hasn't been out fishing in the bay in 2 years.
I go fishing a lot, but I haven't on the boat.
Yeah, we'll go to a spot where we can catch a bit. Doesn't matter on draw and that's just have fun. Who cares?
That's
like
it.
this. And then if the big one gets, that's a bonus.
Fine.
I want the bonus.
Yeah, the fun.
As we passed the actual spool grounds, in the distance we saw birds diving. As we approached them, we actually went kinda in front of them in the direction that they were traveling, but not through them. And we put our lures out, well, one lure to be honest, and we were trolling slowly. The lure that I put out, it was just a 4-inch white soft plastic, like pearl color they call them. So it was pure white, and it is my favorite. Everywhere we go, I use that lure for salmon, and it's always been successful. Before you know, Mick was on, and he was smiling. The smile was priceless. Doesn't matter the fish, big, small, medium, who cares? We were catching, and he was wrapped. That was first cast, straight away fish on. Then we saw the birds moved a little bit higher, so Mima took us there, and again, before you realize, Mick was on again. At this stage, I did drop a hard body lure as well, and guess what? That one worked just as good. The salmon wasn't very big, but it is lots of fun on a light rod. So, as you can see here, Mick had a ball. He was enjoying every moment. As you can see, as Mick was recasting his soft plastic, I was already on the hard body on the other side. And you can't get away with no jokes on this boat, I tell you that much.
There you go.
I reckon mine was bigger.
Then it was Mima's turn. Unfortunately, she called it and she did lose this fish.
Oh yeah.
I told you.
Doesn't matter. It jumped off.
Anyway, half an hour in and we had enough, so we decided to go towards the spoil grounds. We had a couple fish that we kept, which was great because that was fresh bait for us just in case there is a gummy around. But we were on the way to spoil grounds, we anchored, and before I managed to put the cameras on, guess what? Mick was already bringing pinkies in. The pinkies were throwbacks, so they were very small, but on 1 to 3 kilo road, it's lots of fun, and Mick could not wipe the smile off his face. So far, so good, but we were after silver whiting.
Well, in the next video you're going to see we anchored and we started catching some decent pinkies. Well, shortly after, silver whiting came, mackerel came, so we ended up having lots of fun.
A lot of pinkies were throwaway,
Yes.
some nice keepers, but silver whiting, come on. Let's watch the next video.
As you can see here underneath the boat, there was heaps of activities. We knew there is lots of pinkies, but our target was silver whiting. I put the big rods out as well, just in case there's a gummy or big snapper, but in meantime we must start plucking silver whiting. On the other side of the boat, Mick had double trouble. He had a silver whiting and a slimy mackerel. Then one of the bigger rods took off, so Mick this time was on a pinky. We knew it's not a big snapper, but there was a hope this one is a keeper. As you can see here, Mick was over the moon fighting this fish. On the light gear, this fish can put a bit of a fight. It wasn't big fish, 36 centimeters, but it was a keeper, well, our first pinky keeper, and that was a bonus. Quickly we took some photos and then I decided to put my CVU gadget in the action. And I can tell you, underwater live, it's just amazing. To see all these fish or this footage when we watched later, it's just magnificent, unbelievable. I have to say we were getting this green slimy grass on the hook, and now when I watch the footage I can see why. Well, our target fish was silver whiting and we managed to catch them. But at one stage there was so many of them, it was ridiculous. We were catching them one after another. Then checking the underwater video, well, I can see why. We were catching him left, right and center. So at this stage we were happy. Looking at Mick's reaction and the concentration, I don't think he ever fished like this before, and he had lots of fun. In between the silver whiting, yes, we caught some slimy mackerel and also we got some pinkies. But pinkies were mainly throwbacks. They were not that big. We were hoping for a bigger fish, but at this stage we only had throwbacks. Looking at underwater footage, there was heaps and heaps of silver whiting. And then there is a question, why would snapper eat your pilchard that sits in a freezer for months and months when she's got so much on the offer? Fresh silver whiting, fresh mackerel, and yes, there was fresh yucca underneath as well.
Well, in the next video we're going to show you an uncut version with one camera, so you can see how quick we actually were pulling the silver whiting out.
Well, one angle. It's actually the dashboard camera was filming us, and you're going to see as they dropped the line, it was like bang, straight away on. Mick and Mima, they were just plucking them. Let's watch the next video.
cold.
I think Mick can't wait to go back to work so he can relax a little bit.
No.
Well, as Mima mentioned, let's see an uncut version. So this time you're on the boat with us, we're gonna have one camera, we're not gonna stop it. So we're filming in real time. If you have a look what's happening here, I think you're gonna be impressed. So, just to clarify, we're using a paternoster rig, very small hooks, and all we do, we have a small piece of pilchard on, obviously on the hook. Nothing else. We didn't use squid, we didn't use nothing but pilchard. Now, what does happen, because slimy mackerel, it's quite aggressive. And when you have two hooks, like the bottom one and the top one, the top hook on the paternoster rig can be pinched by, of course, slimy mackerel. So if it's too many slimy mackerels and you're not getting silver whiting, I normally just cut the top hook. But at this stage, there was no problems. We just dropped it down. As it hit the bottom, have a look at Mick. Once he closes the reel, just keep eye on his reel and have a look at this. He closes, ties up the thing, and yeah, the fish is already on. So if you miss that first initial bite and you just leave your rod in the rod holder, I tell you what, you just got ripped off. They're gonna pinch your bite and see you later. One more thing I would like to share is that we were fishing here on incoming tide. I went in the same spot with Will, my friend Andrew Westlake. He actually went here as well on outgoing tide, and when I was here on outgoing tide, the water was dirty, so dirty mud stuff came from Geelong straight through, and we could not catch one silver whiting. If you watch what just happened here and how quick we catch them, it's actually because the clean water came from, obviously, Port Phillip towards Geelong. So incoming tide for us was the key. I don't know if it's a fact, I'm not an expert, but this is what worked for us. So I'm sorry I can't give you a 100% fact, but this is what worked for us, incoming tide.
Well, in the next video you'll see we had quite few cameras going on, and we ended up putting our sea view gadget in the water, so we got some underwater footage for you as well.
And we can tell you there was clouds of silver whiting.
Oh yes.
It was just amazing. Saying that, it got dark lately, and the snapper we actually got just on dark. Once it started getting dark, so we don't really have a good footage of that. It was too dark to film. But watch the next video.
Considering we were so busy and the action was hot, we decided to put a few more cameras, so we can capture all this from different angles. We were getting silver whiting like not tomorrow, but also in between them there was heaps and heaps of slimy mackerel, and as I mentioned before, slimy mackerel usually picks the top hook. If you want to avoid them, cut the top hook off. Keep only the bottom hook, which has to be very close to the sinker, so it's right on the bottom because that's where the silver whiting fits. In the next shot you can actually see how close to the sinker is my bottom hook. Well, people say, how come you only get to target fish? Well, I don't. We actually sometimes in between them get even some rubbish fish like banjo sharks, stingrays, and so on. One thing that's really annoying in this area is the slimy green grass, because all my big rods, I had to check them every 5 minutes because the grass was so thick and obviously covering the bite, covering the sinker, covering the swivel. Have a look at it. Once that covers your bite, there is no way that you're gonna catch fish on that line. Well, here's a shot of slimy mackerel, and they do not feed on the bottom. They're actually a meter or 2 meters off the ground. So if you want to target slimy mackerel, just drop your line, hit the bottom, wind it about 2-3 times, and you cannot go wrong. Like here, have a look at Mick. He's bringing doubles, and yeah, he's losing some as well, but don't tell anybody. We were catching slimies, but at the bottom, still millions, like clouds of silver whiting. So the only way to catch them is maybe put a little bit heavier sinker, and one hook, the bottom hook. Once that hook hits the bottom, the silver whiting will take it. Other than that, you're gonna lose the bite to a slimy mackerel. Well, we're already a couple hours in, and Mima decided to feed Chiquita, so I get a chance to fish as well. First drop, it was a slimy mackerel, because I did not let the sinker hit the bottom. So, as I mentioned, slimies do not feed on the bottom, they feed a little bit higher. Well, after that first drop, I learned my lesson, and then I dropped it straight on the ground. And all I did is pluck fish after fish. We did offer Mick to take a break and just have a drink or something, but nah. He was so happy to fish, he was concentrating so hard. It was amazing, and he had fun. To us, that was the most important part. Fish is a bonus. Catching fish is always a bonus. Being out there is just unreal. It's unbelievable. Spending time with friends, spending time with family, that's what's fishing about. And then if you catch fish, that's a big bonus. So today we had salmon, we had slimy mackerel, we had pinkies, and obviously our target fish, which was silver whiting. But as it got dark, everything stopped and pinkies came on. I have to say there were hundreds and hundreds of them that we caught, but they were all throwbacks. Later on, when it got dark, we actually managed a few keepers, and we managed a nice snapper as well. The ratio was about 20-1. Every 20 pinkies, we may have one keeper. Obviously, we don't keep the fish under 35 centimeters. So yeah, there is not much meat on the smaller fish. Even though some people say they're legal, they're nice to eat, of course they are, but there's just not enough meat. And then when it got dark, really dark, one of the big rods decided to take off. Unfortunately, it was too dark to film, so we got a bit out of it, but not a really good footage. It is a little bit dark and grainy, but hopefully you can see here, Mick netted our first and only snapper for the day. Well, this was great adventure with our friend Mick. Well, lately we do not get impressed easy, but this time we were walking Chiquita at Port Ellington and we saw these boys from Surf Rescue doing a training. And I can tell you what, we were blown away. The skill, the fitness, wow. Here is just a short video of what we witnessed.
Hey, mate, where is the fish? Well, all right, where is the fish?
Everywhere. Look, there is a lot of fish around silver whiting first, Corio Bay, all the way from Port Ellington to Leopoldnut. It's full of it. But saying that, you seen the video today, we were plucking them. Me and Will went the other day, nothing. Andrew Westlake, same spot, nothing. But saying, well, the conclusion is that it was an outgoing tide. And the outgoing tide bring a lot of dirty water from Geelong, so it was muddy. So yeah, we had mackerel, we had pinkies, but no silver whiting.
Well, I think the conclusion is that I wasn't on the boat.
So anyway, I think if we target silver whiting, incoming tide. As far as snapper, there's lots of snapper. Today I got a message from my friend Jeff Hudson. He got some beautiful snapper just past the old channel on the other side towards Werribee. Well, the kids, Zach and Annalise Salmon, those guys are gun fishers and their kids love fishing. So they were getting some beautiful snapper just out of Point Cook, just in front of Campbell's Cove. Then Mark, our friend Mark from Clifton Springs, his nephew and Sam and James, they got some beautiful snapper out of Altona. We got, we got Bernard today. He actually didn't get any. And Paul, they were at Ansett and around Mount Eliza. Unfortunately, there was no...
Bernard managed though at...
Ansett last week, yeah.
Yeah.
He got heaps. And today he was at Mud Island, yeah. And he managed to compensate missing on snapper with some really nice King George and squid at Mud Island, which is awesome. So offshore, our friend Rob Rizzo got some beautiful fish. And he got onto slimy mackerel, and they were horse. They were actually a kilo each. It's just beautiful fish. And on light gear, it's awesome fun. So guys, get out there. It's beautiful time. Well guys, thanks for your support. People that purchased our t-shirt, our hoodies, thanks heaps. We just restock, so it's plenty t-shirts and hoodies on our website, happyfisherman.com.au. If you feel like getting someone a Christmas present, be my guest. Thank you.
And once again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the notification button, and we will see you next week.
I hope, I dream, I wish to catch a big fish, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman.